Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone today? It is +3 here in Fort McMurray, and it's a light snow falling. Yeah, this is our spring weather. But like I said before in a video, we always can get snow up to the 21st of April and even a little bit after. So to me, spring is never here really until the 21st, after the 21st of April. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a great day today. I'm sorry that I didn't get a video out yesterday. I'll explain that here now in just a few seconds. But it isn't too cold here or nothing with the snow falling, but it's a dull day. And you know me, I like to see the sun. So come out, sun. So yesterday, I did not go to work. I was going to go to work at my usual time for 12 o'clock. But anyway, I had home care come into my house yesterday to see about putting a Coban bandage on my leg, because that's the only thing that will really heal it up. And so when she came in and she took off the bandage that was already there, it was yellowish, brownish, icky stuff. And she said, well, there's no way that we can wrap you in a Coban until all this infection is cleared. And so she sent me back to the hospital, emergency, yesterday. And so I had to phone my boss and tell him I couldn't go. I had to go to emergency. And so he said, well, that's fine. He said, if you can make it, he said, make it after. And yeah, that was a joke. Because when I went down there was absolutely no parking. I had to drive around for over a half hour before I got a parking space. I went up on the next street up, which is Fitzgerald, and now they have declared that a no parking zone whatsoever. There's signs up everywhere that you cannot park. So I came down and I went around and around and around and around, and I finally got a parking space. A teeny tiny parking space. It was something else to get into, especially with my truck. So I got in there, and then I went, put my money in. It's now $8 to park at the hospital from $7.50. So when the prices went up with the carbon tax, so did the parking lot. Now I don't know how it's carbon tax there, but it is what it is, folks. So yeah, so then I proceeded and I went and stood in the lineup, and the lineup was right out the door, right where the machine was, where you put the money in for the parking. And I should have just turned around and walked back out, but the thought of the infection and maybe losing my leg or something like that, where I'm diabetic, I just had to stay there and go with the flow, so to speak. So it took me over a half an hour in that lineup, just standing there and waiting to see the triage nurse. So finally got up, seen her, and by this time it was 2:30 in the afternoon. So I looked around, I finally found a chair, I sat down, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited some more. Finally at 8:30 in the evening, she comes out and she says, I'm doing a roll call to see who's still here. doing a roll call. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Doing a roll call to see who's still here. And she said, when we finish with the roll call, we're going to call up people who may need blood work. So that was fine. So she finished the roll call, and everyone, there was quite a few people had got up and left, but it was still full. I mean, there was even someone lying on a bed out in the waiting room area. I couldn't believe the amount of people that were there. And they were saying that the back room was filled with people. They had no place to be putting people. So, yeah. So, I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. So, finally, around 9 o'clock, she called me up and she said, for blood work. And I said, well, I'm not here for blood work. I said, I just need all I need is a form to get some medicine. Right? I need just see the doctor for just 3 minutes or so, or 4 minutes, just to get a prescription. So she said, well, he wants some blood work because where you're not healing, he wants to see what's going on. So I said, okay, fine. So got my blood work done, went out again. By the time I went out, my chair was gone, so then I had to find another chair somewhere else. And that was fine, so found the chair and sat down. And about a half hour later, she calls me in, and by this time it's, well, 9:30 in the night. So she calls me in, and I'm waiting in this little cubicle with a chair that you have to sit in. So I just moved from one chair really to another chair. I waited for another 2 hours. 11:30. I finally flagged down a nurse and I said, my darling, I've been here, I said, like since 2 o'clock sitting here. And I said, and even more than that because I was driving around for a place to park. And I said, and I haven't eaten since like 11 o'clock today. And I said, and I'm diabetic. And I said, and I need something. Like, I can't keep going like this. Like, how long is it going to take? Right? So I can just go home. I said, I just need the prescription filled. So she said, yeah, he'll be here with you, she said, soon. So this is 11:30. Finally, 12:30, he shows up. He talks to me for, like I said, 3 minutes. 3 minutes he talks. And I told him what was wrong, and yeah, so he gave me a prescription. He gave me a couple pills to take, and he gave me a prescription and sent me on my way. So, folks, by the time I get out, it's so dark from where I had to park behind the hospital. I mean, and it's scary because there's all kinds of people around down there. No lights in the back parking lot at all. So it was really something else. And to get back to the parking, like, where's carbon tax? Why do carbon tax have to be implemented on parking? Like, where's that 50-cent increase coming from? Like, you haven't made any more land, but you're charging people money. People are down there because they're sick and tired of all the money that they're putting out here in Canada. Oh my. So, folks, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what happened to me yesterday, why I didn't have a video. So I was the whole day tied up with the hospital. And, yeah, it is what it is, right? So, and now today we have, it's a wet snow falling. I don't mind. I'll take the wet snow. I'll take any moisture. As long as we don't have no fire here in Fort McMurray, I'll be happy. So anyway, folks, wherever you are today, I hope that everyone has a great and wonderful day. And hopefully you don't have to go to no hospitals. Especially ones like here in Fort McMurray. It's ridiculous, you know, our hospital was built on a hill. Actually, I was informed this morning that it's not a hospital center, it's a clinic, but I mean, we always called it a hospital, whatever. And, but whoever built it did not see the plans of the increase in population here in Fort McMurray, because it's absolutely no parking. They would be better if they could buy up some of the houses there on Fitzgerald Street and tear them down and expand the parking lot out instead of implementing a garden. Like, we don't need gardens, we don't need, I mean, it's nice to have a garden and flowers and stuff like that, but really we need parking. It's really aggravating when you go down there and you can't find a place to park, and it's frustrating. Yeah. All the money that the Alberta government makes, and they get paid, all the big bosses. Like, I don't think they need $1 million salary, because I'm going to tell you, the service that you really get on the floor. I mean, if in a grocery store, if people came in and we ignored them for hours and hours and hours on end, my good Lord, we'd be canned out the door. And here I was sitting here last night, and I mean, I didn't even see people really even moving. There was no one. Like, every half hour or so, the cleaning lady would walk up the aisle, and then she walked back down the aisle, right? And that was all that was moving. And a scatter nurse would walk down. She walked down to the end, and she walked right back up again. And here they were, all of them were out around the nurse's station talking about their wedding or someone's wedding or whatever that they were having, and having a pizza party. And I'm thinking, my good Lord, like, get going here. It's crazy, right? I really don't understand it myself. Medicare here in Alberta has gone to the dogs. It really has. It is pathetic. But anyway, folks, that's my rant for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I hope wherever you are that the sun is shining and it's not dull and overcast like it is here. But I will take the rain. So you can't have sunny and not have dull days. You know what I mean. You can't have sunny days with rain, usually. Anyway, folks, take care. God bless. And like I say in every video, go see your moms and your dads if you can. And spend some time with them. And love your spouses and your kids. And pick up your phone or go see a friend today if you can. And as always, if you see someone today that you don't know, say hello and smile at them. Because you never know. You may be their only sunshine in your day. Anyway, folks, take care. God bless, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.